Hi people, it's the 13th of December 2021. It's about 4:30 p.m. UK time. This is a personal video. There's some astrology in it, but not a lot. I'll keep it brief. As some of you are aware, I have had COVID. I believe I contracted COVID on November the 13th of this year. I got the first symptoms around the 20th, 21st. I went down very bad indeed for about a 5-day period at the start of December this year. And amongst my very small but close-knit community, it's a bit of a joke about welcoming COVID in, letting it do what it needs to do, leaving its antibodies behind, and then packing its suitcase as we wave it off out the door. And I felt it leave about 3 days ago. I've still got the deep voice and the cough, and not so much the breathing problems, just a constant coughing whenever I talk. But it's slowly getting better. So I want to say a couple of things. All of this year I've had Pluto in the sky opposite my Mars, which has kept me strong, but it's also made me more forceful and dynamic. And I got COVID just as Pluto finished its opposition to my Mars. I've also, all of this year, still ongoing now, through to the end of January, I'm having Neptune hitting, it's squaring my moon and my Mercury and my midheaven. And Neptune is the astrological significator of viruses, and I thought I'd done really well in getting to November without catching anything. So I need to say a big thank you to a lot of people. I certainly need to say a big thank you to Amanda Ellis, my close friend, who put up, with my knowledge and permission, stuff about my illness on Instagram, resulting in hundreds of emails and messages, and I believe thousands of comments on her Instagram wishing me and those around me well. And that was lovely. Thank you. You know who you are. I can't reply to them all. I just can't. I haven't got the energy at the moment. I want to say thank you also to someone who's never heard of me and who wouldn't want to know me. But a guy called Dr. John Campbell. He's a proper medical doctor, and he's been putting up videos, at least 6 a week, if not 7 a week, every day for the last 2.5 years in connection with COVID, presenting all the facts, not the conjecture, the facts. Now, he's got one or two opinions that I find very difficult to balance myself with. He's not a fan of holistics, but nevertheless, he's the most common sense, pragmatic, practical, down-to-earth and authentic medical professional I've ever heard of with regarding to a common sense approach to COVID. And when we're bearing in mind we're dealing with Project Fear at the moment, where everyone's being told just don't trust your bodies, do what we say. He's a voice of sanity in a sea of madness. I also want to thank all my clients for their understanding. I've not been able to do any readings for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm taking the rest of this year off because I just can't talk. I've booked them all in from January. I'm about a week and a half behind with my emails. I will be getting back to them in the next couple of days. I particularly want to thank my students. I had to cancel one of my sessions because I couldn't speak, and every single one of them just took it on the chin and said, your health comes first, mate. So to all of them, you know who you are, thank you. We've got 2 sessions left on the beginner's course, module 1. Module 1 has been talking about the meaning of the sun and the moon and the ascendant and the midheaven in the different signs and houses of the zodiac, but that's just like putting the pieces of the outside of the jigsaw in place. The second module will be starting around the second week of January, And that'll be a 12 to 13 week session on the planets, on the individual planetary energies, looking at the astronomy and the astrology, the orbital patterns, the meanings of them in various different astrological traditions, and a consensus on how to use them properly in the 21st century as tools for self-development and self-improvement. There's still plenty of places left on that module. If you want to join in, you're welcome. Just drop me an email at steve@stevejudd.co, and at some stage this year I will send you all of the literature. But a big thank you to those students and to the clients who have been aware of my situation and who have accepted it gracefully. Thank you. And finally, I have to be cautious about what I say because I don't want to get taken down off of YouTube. I've had hundreds of people telling me to take this medicine, or to get this jab, or to take this pill, or to use this herb, or to adopt this philosophy, or posture, or breathing technique, or physical exercise. Once you've had COVID, you realise that all of these cures, they work for the individuals in question. There is no one cover-all. At the end of the day, it's not my job to advise anyone on their own way of looking after themselves. I'm just interested in your astrological well-being, which does have a physical health connection, of course. But I dare not give any type of medical or health advice, and I wouldn't do it anyway, but I would say the following. Trust your own body. Trust yourself. Nobody knows your body like you do. And do what makes you feel good and what makes you feel right about it. Know thyself. Back soon. Catch you later, world. Bye.